everyone, it's Hannah here with the Town of Renfrew, and I'm joined today by Janine Fraser. What's your title again, Janine?
Community Outreach and Program Supervisor.
Thank you. And we are chatting today about the Spring Program Guide, which was just released yesterday. Very exciting. It is one of the most anticipated times of the year when we release the program guide here at the town. So I'm going to ask Janine a couple questions. Hopefully it provides some people a little bit more information about programming that we do here at the town, all the fun things that are going on here at the MyFM Center, which is where we are now, and across our community. So thanks for joining us today, Janine.
Thanks for having me.
So first question for you, as we just said, the Spring Program Guide has been released. Let's talk about the program guide, how often it's released, and let's talk about the process of how you confirm programming, how it's identified, that sort of thing.
So the program guide comes out quarterly. So we do a spring, summer, fall, winter. So every 3 months we get a guide that comes out, and that is all of the programming that the town puts on, as well as Renfrew Public Library. So we collaborate with them to release a fulsome guide that includes all of that programming for the both of us.
Yeah, and it's a lot. It's everything from stuff for younger kids all the way to seniors, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's all over the map, which is great. Sorry, what was the second part of your question?
Talk about how we identify what the programs are, maybe, and who does the programs. Like, how do you guys decide that?
So a lot of the programs have been established now for a little bit, like gymnastics. So you can see this set up in the background. Gymnastics has been going on with the town for quite a while, so it's very popular. People do expect that the town is going to run gymnastics, so that is something that we run consistently every quarter.
And it fills up fast, right?
It does. It fills up very fast. That is one of our few programs that we have a registration date for.
Right.
So ballet, gymnastics, and summer day camp. That's it. Registration date opens for those. Everything else is just, it opens as we put it on to our registration site. So those ones are very popular. So certain things like gymnastics, though, is something that we want to continue doing. It is very popular, so that does help us decide if we want to keep running a program or not because of the popularity of it. And also just filling gaps, right? So seeing, you know what, we don't have a lot for teens. We would like more things for teens, and reaching out, doing a call out for instructors for programs for teens.
Awesome. So that brings me to my next question. Are you open to receiving feedback from people? We talk about that often in various communication forums. You know, we have our Access E11 portal here. Are you looking for people to provide you feedback about maybe what they liked, what they didn't like, maybe something we don't offer that, you know, they might want to see here at the town, that sort of thing?
The answer is always we want feedback, whether that be good or bad. So maybe you attended a program and you're like, I didn't love it, and I'm just going to give you this feedback. Maybe it's something that you can provide as a solution as to how it could be improved or better night of the week, better timing, or maybe it was just the instructor that you didn't love, and maybe there's a reason for that. So any feedback is great. Also, just giving feedback on, you know what, I'd love to see some Tai Chi. We get asked so often for Tai Chi. So I'm excited in this spring program guide, we do have Tai Chi coming back. So stuff like that, right? Where we get asked often enough, we are like, we need to bring this back. This is, the community is wanting it. So obviously we want to look at bringing that program on deck again.
Right. You just prompted me for something, so I'm putting you a bit on the spot. But our instructors.
Yes.
So there's a vetting process for instructors, kind of what's required if somebody is maybe watching this and thinks, oh, I teach an art class, or I have a certification in this fitness class. Do we look at that? How are they kind of chosen when they reach out to you?
What a great question. Yeah. So on the back of every program guide, we do have a call out for instructors. Do you have a hobby or an interest, or you do instruct something right now that you would love to do for the community? So we do ask that every quarter, and then we usually try and do a separate post for that as well on social media and our website, just a call out for instructors, if you will. And we do get often, you know, people, hey, I've got my fitness certification. I'd love to work with you. We have a fulsome discussion of what they offer, what their certifications are. Do they have their vulnerable sector check? That kind of stuff. So we go through the full process. Maybe it's a fitness instructor and we already have 10 fitness classes and we're like, you know what? We've got your information. Thank you so much for reaching out. We're just not there right now. We have too many of these classes happening at the moment, but always worth reaching out to if you think it is something that you want to offer. The other option is you rent a space.
Yes.
So you rent the gymnasium and you put on your own program.
which we also love.
We also love, and we do a shout out to all of those renters that offer programs in our community as well. So not in our community, sorry, but in our facilities.
Right.
So someone like Pat McGregor, she's very popular. She runs a fitness class here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. People want to know about that. She's popular, and they want to know about her program. So we are able to give her contact information out to the public so that, hey, you want to do a seniors fitness class? Reach out to Pat. She's offering that.
Awesome. Fantastic. So I'm going to take a bit of a detour here. Let's talk about some of our signature events that we have here at the town. So I'm just looking at my notes. So our key events I know that we have here are, of course, Fruit Fest, which just happened. Canada Day, which is a big one for us, and our Craft Beer and Food Truck Festival in the fall, which I think is probably now one of our biggest events.
My favorite.
If not the biggest, and definitely a crowd favorite. And our Santa Claus Parade and Free Year's Eve. So I know that these are main events that happen every year. They're pretty big. I mean, we just saw for Fruit Fest, we had a great turnout for Fruit Fest this year.
The Monday was fabulous.
Yeah. So these are well-beloved, regular occurring programs here or events that we have here. Let's talk about the volunteers that are needed to run these programs, because we rely heavily on volunteers, which I don't think people fully understand. Yeah. So let's talk about our need for volunteers, why we need them, and maybe some capacities and what people can volunteer for.
Yeah, volunteers are huge. We do, like Hannah said, we need volunteers to run these events. Otherwise, they would not run. So we do have a smaller staff in our department. It's 2 of us, and then often we get help from you, so thank you so much. But that's a lot to run, full facilities multiple days sometimes, or required to be like Santa Claus Parade. We're required to be at the Legion and downtown where the parade is, and at town hall, and also at the armories. It's like we're only one person, so we do rely on volunteers.
Yes.
And whether that be like an organization like the Women's Institute that helps and volunteers to do the pancake breakfast at Fruit Fest, or you're a solo person and you're like, hey, I just want to give back to my community, which we love, or you're a high school student and you're like, I need my volunteer hours.
Yes.
We will take you. We have a lovely volunteer process, some paperwork that you fill out. It's very easy peasy, but we do love volunteers. And we love when we see returning volunteers, because they're getting something out of it. They're loving that they're giving back to their community, and they just keep coming back. So
and we have a few great regular volunteers that you've probably seen them at our many events at Fruit Fest, and we're very grateful for them.
Very fortunate.
If it's something you're interested in helping out with, whether it's your service group, like Janine said, or you're an individual, you can reach out to programs@renfrew.ca, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, great. Okay. And before we wrap up here, my last thing I want to mention is we actually have a volunteer fair coming up.
Yes.
Correct? On April
22nd.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that is during volunteer week. Last year we did do the volunteer fair in October. Some feedback from not only the participants, but people that attended was it would be better attended in the spring. So we listened to that, and we're bringing it back April 22nd. So if you are either an organization that is looking for volunteers, please sign up at programs@renfrew.ca, or if you just want to come and see what there is to volunteer at, right? So the town, yes, we're looking for volunteers, but there's so many other organizations within our community that are also looking for volunteers, and you can just kind of tailor that to find the best fit for you.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. And I think the last plug I will do here as we close out is reminding everybody that we have multiple forms of communication platforms out there for you to be able to get this information, whether it's about our volunteer fair that's coming up, the release of our program guide. So please sign up for our app. The Town of Renfrew has a B-City app that is specifically for Town of Renfrew residents. You get notifications right to your phone on alerts, emergencies, things like the program guide getting released. So please sign up. You can also sign up for our newsletter. All this information is found on our website. And of course, follow us on social media so we can keep you updated on all the fantastic things happening here in town.
Awesome.
So thanks for joining me today, Janine.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.